We've got to wait for the eye to come up. There we go. So, hi guys, we are live for the Friday night drink and draw. I'm sorry it's like an hour later. We had some technical difficulties. Jimmy had some stuff to take care of. I did as well. So yeah, we're here with Jimmy Reyes. You may know him as one of David Finch's inkers. You may just know him on his own as his own entity, which he is. And obviously I'm part of the Comics Cast team and I do drink and draws on Fridays, but I found out that Jimmy doesn't drink. So I am drinking and you guys can come and drink with me too. Leave some comments, ask us some questions as we go in. But tell us, Jimmy, what are we going to be inking today?
Today is the first time that I ever was hired to ink David Finch professionally. He found me on my YouTube channel and he saw me inking his work, and it was just samples that I was doing. So I got a phone call from his wife, from Meredith Finch, and she went ahead and asked if I could ink Dave Finch, and I went. I was like, of course. Awesome. So this is what they hired me to do. This is actually Power Rangers for Power Rangers Shattered Grid number 25. It's a special cover only available through sketchart.com. So I think when it first came out, it was about a $50 cover. I don't know if it's still available or what it's going for now, but I inked over the original artwork. And this is just a little piece of it, a little snippet of, and I picked the Pink Ranger for you because I thought it'd be kind of cool for you to ink the Pink Ranger and I'll ink the Green Ranger or something.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to know that it's pink because unless I do some pink inks and shake it up a little bit, but I'm guessing we're going to be doing some standard black lines here. I don't think we're really going to get onto colouring our way. It'll probably take too long to do even one section of this, I'm guessing. It's quite complex.
Yeah, it's Dave's really, he loves to render. You know, he likes a lot of line work.
It's weird because you haven't drawn this, have you? This is David's drawing.
Yeah, this is by Dave Finch.
It's strange because the cross hatching that he's drawn on there is actually very similar to the inking style that you have now. So I can see why he was like, I want Jimmy. Or did you develop the inking cross hatch style from him himself, from his under sketches, or is this a Jimmy thing?
I have been a big fan of Dave Finch since he started his career, and I followed him ever since the 90s. And I've studied his art style quite a bit. And if you see my own work in my own comics, you'll see that I borrow from him quite a bit. So it was, I think it's a perfect match, is that as an inker who knows and studied his line work, I can harmonize with him so quickly, so easy. And I think that's why I'm his go-to inker at this point. But I don't.
Yeah, I can imagine why you guys synergize. Like the line work is super similar. I love this piece already, but I'm very scared to ink it. I feel like I'm going to butcher it. Just to let everyone in the comments, all you guys know, as a disclaimer, this is my second time ever using Clip Studio Paint. Jimmy held me hostage and pointed a gun to my head and was like, download it. No, I'm only joking. But he said, you need this program. You need to use this. That's what he uses. So I was like, right, I'm used to Procreate and Photoshop. So I was like, I'm nervous. I'm still nervous now. So this is my second time using this, but I have the amazing Jimmy on my side and I'm in his very careful hands. So we're going to go. Should we just start? Should we just go for it? Should we switch between our screens? I think this is my screen now. And then this is Jimmy's screen. So Jimmy's in blue. I might be in blue at some point though, but you should be able to tell a difference, hopefully. So I'm gonna leave it on yours for a little bit until I get more confident.
So you don't feel like the odd man out. I'm gonna make mine gray as well, so we feel
cool.
It's really, really simple. You're actually sharing your entire desktop, which I probably should have done to show you a little more. But there is a button that we click, and it's right above. It's within our layers palette, and it has a blue and a white little icon, and you had it on your desktop.
I've got it.
Yeah, you just click that little button, and right away you will become an expert. No, I mean, and you get all my superpowers. Just click that button and you're
I've done
at
it.
my level.
Wait, let me just share my screen.
Yeah, let's see it. You did it. Oh, that's awesome.
Pro, guys. DC, watch out. I'm gonna get a job there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're ready. You're ready to take over. I quit now. That's it.
So I'm going to start a new layer, obviously, because I don't want to make the rookie mistake that everybody's made, where you're there for an hour and you realize that you've been inking over your undersketch layer and you want to cry because you have to start again. So I've made a new layer, so I think I'm good to go.
So Jane says, "Oh, it's drinking and inking." But earlier I was joking around with Faye, and I said it's she drinks, I ink. That's what the show is. But actually, so we don't feel left out, I brought a soda pop with me.
No, it's vodka and Coke, everyone. Vodka and Coke in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
Don't worry. But I've got my Crow quill, which is your custom brush. Am I right?
Yes. When I started out as a traditional inker, meaning that I had to use actual tools and ink directly over Dave Finch's original. And then I wanted to go digital. But when I went digital, there wasn't really anything out there that was at a professional level, anything that really worked like a traditional tool. So I put together a kit and I simplified all the tools. I put together a digital Crow quill, digital Kalinsky, digital technical pins, everything, and I put it all together in one kit. So now it's like it's all there and it's really easy. Just put it into Clip Studio Paint and you're ready to go.
Yeah, I made my pen as well from your extremely helpful tutorial, which is on Gumroad that you can purchase for yourself if you want it. So I followed your 3-hour tutorial, I think it is, which was great fun. I needed a lot of coffee to get through it, but I did it. And yeah, I made my own little custom pen and I even had a little play around with it myself, but I could not get the consistency of the lines that you get. But I'm on day 2 and you're on, what year are you on now?
Year 25.
Year 25, right? So I've got a long way to go to get up to scratch. And I think if I was at the same level as you, there's either something wrong with me or there's something wrong with you. So I don't think we should be on the same level at this point. But it'll be good for the people in the comments and the viewers to see the difference that 20 years makes or 25 years makes in the level of consistency. When I was watching you draw your lines, I was like, oh, that looks easy, I can ink. And then I was like, oh my god, I can't draw straight lines. I can't do it. It's so difficult. Honestly, you make it look too easy, like way too easy.
It's just with repetition, it becomes really easy. It's just a lot of hand-eye coordination and learning to manipulate the tools, making the tools bend to your will.
Yeah, so, speaking of bending to your will, I'm going ahead of you a little bit now, I think. I don't know where you're up to, but I'm going in with the curve ruler, which was one of your tips. I think it was the curve ruler that was one of your tips, but this really helped.
Linear ruler, one more up.
Oh, see, I've been using the curve ruler. I really like that. Am I doing it wrong?
Oh, well, hey, maybe you've discovered your own style, but the one right above
the
is
helmets and stuff. Wait, I'm going to try the linear ruler.
Yeah, try the linear and click
down
your option in the middle. You need to make sure you pick the Bezier.
The what?
The Bezier is it allows you to shape and bend your curve, which you have to pull up the little window for it. I see the option for your brushes. I see your color wheel.
This window?
Yeah, you need the. Wow, that is like so tiny. I know it now. I know what it feels like.
Subgroup tools and stuff. What do I need to actually look for here?
It's actually just the little window that actually shows you. Oh, great! Now we can see it a little better. You need in that tool. Maybe right click on that tool.
Yeah.
Is there view like settings or view? Let's see. You don't have that window open. That is so strange.
Yeah, mine's a lot different to yours.
Yeah, it just depends. Because the great thing about Clip Studio, it's so high. Don't do that one. It's so highly customizable that you can set it and do it to any way at all that you want to work. Because if you click on that right now, click and drag the ruler out, it may not let you curve it. It may actually just give you the straight edge.
Yeah, she's giving me a straight edge.
Yeah, so we need that little window. Actually, you know what's easier? Let me go into mine. And if I go into mine, it's so much easier for me to figure out where things are. Let's see. I'll click my ruler. It's in the tool property, linear ruler tool property. Show. Do you have show tool property when you right clicked on it on the linear ruler?
No, it doesn't even. Oh wait, settings of subtool.
No, it should be tool property in there. Wow, that's so strange. Go up to window at the very top of your screen At the very, very top, yeah, Clip
Mhm.
Studio, and go over where it says window, right next to where it says help. It's
Oh
second
yeah,
to
yeah,
the,
yeah.
yeah, right there. Go to a
There
workspace.
we go.
Oh, there you go. Our tool property.
Oh,
That's it.
cool. Right now, what?
Yeah. The little middle one, the one to the right of it. Now
That.
take the very top of your window right there, that black bar. At,
Mm-hmm.
click on it, drag it until you get underneath your rulers. There you
Okay.
go. And now it's part of it. And click the top of it and drag it down. So that so you have both.
Kind of.
You
I
just
mean,
There you go. Right there. You had it. You had it. Right when the little red, it made a little bitty red bar right
there we
between the
go.
brushes. Yeah. That's it.
Look at me, I'm a pro, guys. No, this
And
is Power Rangers, Justin. We're doing Power Rangers.
you actually figured this out so quickly. I'm really impressed.
This, you know what? It helps having Photoshop knowledge because Photoshop
Yeah.
runs very much the same. And yeah, I think it's all kind of in the same vein. Even though this isn't an Adobe tool, it's quite similar.
Yeah. This is. I mean, it's a completely different company. You know what I really like about it is that it's not really memory hungry. It doesn't require a lot of a processing speed. So it's really gentle on your computer. That's what I like about Clip Studio.
Yeah. Is there any way that you can unshare your screen and then reshare it as like your full thing so we can see everything that's going on, like your full window?
Yeah. You want to see the like all the windows and stuff?
Yeah, I just think that would be easy for the viewers because then you can kind of
Sure.
see what you're clicking.
Okay. Let's find out. Let's see what share screen. I haven't done that in so long. I guess I go with entire screen, I guess.
Yeah, entire screen. Yeah, that's right.
All right.
I'm going to try my new linear ruler now. So all I have to do is just click the middle box that has like the little apex A symbol. Is that right? The 3 boxes for the curve.
No, you have it. You have it right on the curve. Yeah. And so when you click it, it'll give you a little Bezier in the middle that allows you to click the little point and you can drag and pull it.
I don't think I have my points turned on because it's not showing me that. It's just drawing a straight line for me. Oh, wait.
It draws a straight line first, and then it won't let me share my entire. Oh, there we go. All right.
Oh, right. You don't click. You just drag it and then keep hovering over it and then move and then click again.
Yeah. You see, you don't need me here. I mean, you
but the
figured out.
ruler does that for you. Honestly,
I
think I'm back in the curve ruler. Let me try.
Yeah, make sure you're up in that linear ruler. I'm going to put my pantyhose on right now. Let me see.
The only thing with the curve ruler is that you have to do a lot of tiny little points and keep going. But
yeah.
Have you, right, I know I'm being patronizing, but have you tried the curve ruler? Because
yes, it bugs the heck out of me.
Why?
I prefer it because I don't like all the points. I like to just curve my line and then ink that section, and then I'll create a new one and complete the other side. You can also use a figure ruler. The figure ruler allows you to create like a big circle or an ellipse with it, and you can get. I like your technique. I mean, I did
that with the curve ruler. I mean, come on, that's not bad.
No, this is really, really good. This is this is live on this is a phase version. So
yeah, I need to edit my points though, because this one. See, this is where it goes wrong. This is where it gets fiddly because I drew a line under a line that I don't like.
You're actually doing very well for I'm going to be buying your video pretty soon. I mean, this is
I don't think you are. I think you're hyping me far too much because I can't even delete this line and it's stressing me out.
Oh, you can just when you have it like that, when you're holding control and you grab it, then just hit delete and
it didn't do anything.
But you have to be holding your control key at the same time and hit delete.
Oh, okay. No. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's my command key. Yeah.
You're Mac like me. Sorry. You're right. I assumed you were PC. I can see the Apple.
I'm PC. I'm in the Apple trap.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I think those are my favorite computers. It's the best. I love the operating system, the stability of it. Are you trying to move? Because if you click and you get one of those little boxes, while you have it highlighted, you click it and you can move the little box. Not trying to move the Bezier bar.
Yeah, but you see how I've done 2 lines here, and then my second line, like if you see, there's a gap between these lines, and then I've got a line.
Oh, yeah.
I need to just delete these points.
Well, let's do it again. Go over to the right where you have your layers, right? When you click the blue, that blue little button.
Yeah.
If you go over there, highlight that part that says ruler in your layer that you created. And oh, right there in your where it says ruler on the right there. Yeah. No, go down on your layer, that new layer you just created. It'll say ruler. And now it has a little ruler symbol. If you right click, there you go, delete ruler.
That's deleted everything.
Yeah. That way, it just solves the problem real quick. You did that curve so fast and so well that
I know, and I've just deleted it now, and now I'm just going to have to do it again. But here we go. This is the artist process, guys. This is what happens. You make mistakes, and sometimes you just have to start again. So here we go.
Spoken like a pro.
Yet, Jimmy?
Is it what?
Have you got cracking yet? Let me see.
Oh no, I have it. Let's take a look.
Get that back up.
So yeah, this is my setup, the way that I like to work. And so I have all my tools there. What I like to do is I like to take that layer of, if you look to the right of your screen, that layer for ink that I've converted from blue to from grayscale to blue. I also like to lock it. There is a little lock key right here, if you can see my cursor, and I click that. And what that does is that whenever I grab a pen, it will not let me ink over the original art. So
right. Base layer to like protect it, basically.
Yeah, exactly. See, you've got it, and that's exactly how I do it. And let's say I'm going to ink the Green Ranger, and so what I do is I want to start somewhere to warm up, to get myself familiar, to remind myself I haven't forgotten how to do this, because now I'm intimidated. Faye is so good, so fast.
I'm not. You're just too nice. You just pick me up. This could be the worst thing ever, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, incredible, bravo!" You're just too nice, Jimmy.
No,
you'd be like, "No, this is awful. Like, you really need some work."
No, you're really good for 2 days. I mean, I'm really impressed. I mean, and I'm being sincere. You're really good for 2 days. I'm
trying my hardest, but I'm just trying to show people as well. Like, it doesn't matter your skill level. Like, just get to it. Everything takes practice, right? I've done the outline. So would you outline the full face and helmet and everything and then go in with your inks?
It's completely up to you on what process you want to work in. It's really what works best for it's whatever works best for Faye, For me, I like to start with some rendering. So that's why I'm doing these little cross hatching type things.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you like, you can get more comfortable by using this tool called the lasso fill tool. And what it does is that. Did you? Oh, that's awesome. See, 2 days and you already know the lasso fill tool.
Because I watched your tutorial. That's why. I was copying you. I'm not like some genius that figures that out by himself.
But still, it's funny because I get people that buy the tutorial and then I get an email from them 2 months later. Hey, can you do a video to show us how to use this tool? I'm like, it's in the video. It's already there, guys.
Yeah, literally. See, I don't have a problem in doing the line work per se. I do have problems with it, but I have problems with cross hatching, and I know that's still line work, but you know what I mean? Like, I like doing these little rule outline things, but then as soon as I get to the cross hatching, that is where it all goes wrong, and that's where I start to give up because I have to do it over and over and over and over again.
Oh, really what it is, it's just the pin pressures. If what I always recommend is to not adjust your pin through the Wacom Cintiq or your Wacom tablet, and to not adjust pin pressure through Clip Studio, because you have the option for all three. So what I've done is I've actually set all the pin pressures within the pin, so you can just plug the pin in and it's ready to go. So,
yeah, it made me do a calibration when I first set it up.
Oh yeah.
So I just did that and hoped for the best. But it doesn't seem too bad. But yours really tapers, and I'm using the same damn brush as you. But when I use the Crow Quill, I just can't get that nice little like fat to thin flick effect that you get. I can't get consistency. Mine kept on going kind of triangular in the middle.
Oh, well, I think it may just be the amount where you're placing your pressure. Because what happens is, say, if I go light pressure to light, I get this kind of diamond effect to it.
Yeah, I was getting that, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, so it's just where you're placing your pressure. So if you start, the way that I learned was someone once described to me that if you think of an airplane landing on a runway, how the wheels come down very lightly, and then as it touches down on the runway, it then begins to apply pressure and the weight of the airplane. So I'm doing that sort of same thing, but I'm starting out. I throw my line in towards my body, so it's think of the airplane coming in at me, but I go really light and then I put that pressure. So it's really light and then the airplane comes down on that runway really hard. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's really,
Sorry, I'm getting frustrated at my lines.
oh yeah, no, and it's really not that hard. What I would recommend too is to maybe go back to the original brush that I have in there without any additional adjustments, just to be
What's
able
that
to
one called?
the crow quill. I use the crow quill in this one.
Yeah, that's what I was using. I couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. Are you have any additional pin pressures set on your Wacom or anything like that?
I hope not, but I may do just because yeah, I probably do actually because I use Photoshop a lot. There's not really many settings within Photoshop for pen pressure, so I think I may have just done it through my Wacom tablet.
Yeah, yeah. Because if it's because in Clip Studio you got the option for all three, but yeah, I would recommend going back to it so that you get the exact same result if you follow the same little example that I gave you. I mean, you're picking this stuff up so fast. I mean, I think that's probably what's going on is that there's an additional setting in there, and it's affecting the way the pin's reacting based to the pressure that you're doing.
Yeah, that's true. I just need to edit these lines a little bit. I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with the perspective at all, but we're just rolling with it here, guys. It's fine. Like, if in doubt, just block color over it. That's what I did with my other piece. That's probably not a good advice, but
No, it's great advice. Because that's what we use, even when for professionals. That's the our go-to rule.
yeah,
But if you if you're having difficulty, then you're a normal human being because everybody's going to have difficulty when you're first learning a new craft or new
yeah.
skill.
This was easy just off the get go, and you could do it straight away. Then everybody would be inking for Marvel and DC, and that's not the case, is it? So
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. And the thing about inking or drawing is that it's a skill that anybody can learn.
yeah,
So it's not the misconception is, oh, that person's gifted. Um,
mhm.
I think some people are like yourself. You're able to pick up stuff faster than others, but
Mm.
anybody can learn to draw. So, uh,
Yeah, I think that's true. I do think there's some like genetic component of like hand-eye coordination because some people, no matter how much they practice, just are really bad at drawing. But then I would also beg to differ that they're maybe not practicing enough. But I think some people are naturally just good at drawing if you have good hand-eye coordination, have like a really high visual IQ.
yeah, I actually, before I was drawing, I was a boxer. So we have these we have a double strike bag that helps, develop your hand-eye coordination. And what it is it's a rope like this with a ball right in the middle. And that allows you to get accuracy in your, because it's really all hand-eye coordination. So,
Yeah,
and I've always had really good hand-eye coordination. And I think that's what allowed me to become an artist so quickly.
yeah,
I
definitely. It's all practice. It's all hours put in, and yeah, I think if you're good at drawing, I feel like you are naturally good at things like boxing or drumming or things that require your hand and your eyes. I could be
yeah.
wrong, but it's weird that a lot of artists are also musicians or they're also into some sort of like martial art or like racket sport or something like that. I think they're all linked.
Or you could even be the hairstylist. You still hand-eye coordination in there. So
Yeah, exactly. Or a painter, whatever, or a makeup artist. They're all using hand-eye coordination.
yeah, that's
Uh,
true. Makeup artist. Wow, that's a good point.
I can't. Where's my ink? Oh, I'm on white. That's why I think.
Yeah, yeah. There's you always have to make sure and check your color. You either get black, white, or transparency. The rule that I learned, because I couldn't find, there were no digital inkers when I started. So I had to find digital artists and ask them. And the rule that they told me, and it was actually a girl who was a manga artist, she told me never to use the white ink. And that's just in case. I'm assuming she didn't explain why. She just, it's like, don't get them wet, don't feed them after midnight, and like those. That was the rule. That's an old Gremlin reference, but and I just realized the movie's older than you, Faye. I just like, oh,
No, I know the
you
Gremlins.
do? Oh
Yeah.
man,
They'll feed
wow.
them after midnight. You add water, and then they come out, don't they? I've watched it a few times, but when I was really young.
Oh wow. Um, so it's the rule that she gave me. Don't use the white ink, and I didn't ask why. I just follow that rule. But I'm assuming it's because you can also color inside Clip Studio Paint, and if you use the white ink, then you can't make it that white area transparent. Because we have a quick, easy button in Clip Studio Paint, and we just click the button, and the artwork's ready to go, and you color it. I mean, Clip Studio Paint is so user friendly and easy. Um, it is like you said. It could be either be it could feel like very familiar if you're used to Adobe products,
Mm-hmm.
or if you're too used to Adobe products like I was, and you had all these shortcuts, then you're expecting it to react and have all the shortcut hotcut keys and stuff like that. But um, once you just figure out where everything is, it's really easy to navigate and to customize.
Yeah, I think I'd beg to differ in some points, but again, I think I'm just getting used to it. I spent most of your tutorial, you're gonna laugh at me. I'm embarrassed to even admit this. I spent most of the tutorial grabbing the scroller bars and moving around, and you was like, "Oh, by the way, if you're struggling, guys, just hit the space key, and then you can drag things around." And I was like, "Oh my god, I've literally been clicking the little scroll bar and moving my painting across for like an hour. It was so painful."
Oh yeah, yeah. That space bar is great because it's the default key and setting to get this right here, the hand, and you can grab it. What I do is I set that key on my stylus. So with one hand, I just click the button on my stylus, and what it does, it gives me that grab. And then I set the button on top on my stylus pin, which will give me the rotate.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is that when I ink traditionally, I have to constantly move and rotate my page physically as I throw my line with an actual crow quill. So this
Yeah.
is yeah, so this is kind of cool. It's all in one pin.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Right, so I'm gonna do like the shine on the helmet. Obviously, I want to do a lot of this like block colored black, but I want to obviously leave streaks of reflective white in the helmet. Like, obviously, there's like a little thing here where we've got a, like what do you call it, like a lightning bolt kind of. That was actually pretty good for me just sketching there, but I'm gonna delete it anyway.
this is
Um,
great. I mean, you are doing so well.
oh,
And I
thank.
and I interrupted you because you were actually giving real. I mean, the what you were talking about right now is at a higher level of artist, and you understand this. So I think because you work in color in the past, so coming over to black and white, like you understood the sheen, the shine, the reflections that Dave Finch is putting in with line work.
Yeah, I've
You know,
I've seen too many Judge Dredd drawings and done too many Judge Dredd drawings to not do the little lightning bolts in the visor and things like that. Like, I think that's just always adds a little pop of color. But how would I go about doing this then? Should I just like do a lasso tool thing and just leave that completely blank?
you can lasso around that heart shape if you want to, and that way when you throw your line, it doesn't go outside of the area that you fenced in. You've created like a mask,
Okay,
uh, and you yeah, like that. There you go. You're doing good. Yeah, it's perfect.
this is hard to do. Oh no, I've gone off track. What do I
No,
do?
it's okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh,
Keep
no,
completing it. It's okay. Hold. No, you had it. Whenever you create a lasso, then just hold the shift key and finish it, and you add to it.
okay, I'll try and go back. Okay,
Yeah, like that. Now hold the shift key
and
as
then
and then just start drawing wherever you want.
oh, I get it. Right, okay, and it
It's
just
just
kind
like
of
Photoshop. It gives you the option to add or subtract from your lasso that you've selected.
right.
Yeah, see?
Oh,
And
I know
then
I've messed it up. I've messed it up.
no, I just go through with option key now and lasso the area that you want to take away from. So if you've gone over a line, use
Is it
the
indirect
option.
option?
Option should be on your keyboard right next to your command.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting frustrated. This is making me sweat. Right, I've got option. But when I go over the bits I want to take away, it's just adding more bits.
Oh, it depends on which direction you got to lasso the area that you want to not have selected. It's kind of a backwards kind of world.
Oh, it's done it. Right, I'm with you.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean,
mean,
this is day 2 of you. I'm surprised you could even navigate through Clip Studio because I
so
couldn't.
simple.
When I was on day 2 of Clip Studio Paint, I couldn't even navigate through Clip Studio. It was so frustrating.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is it user friendly? I mean, I don't know. Do you know what? I'm just gonna try and fill it, and if it goes wrong, I'll just use the eraser. So it's a long way around, but let's go. Ta-da! I need to change this bit to
I
a
I,
V.
I will show you a trick here that people actually have to pay for on my Gumroad.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
no, on yours. Let's do it on yours. That's
Okay.
that's I got away from my desktop. Okay, so on the very far right, where you use that blue to convert it to blue right away, right above is it has actually where you used right there above your layer that blue right above it says 100%. Grab
Mhm.
that bar, drag it down to 50%, or just type in 50%.
Yeah.
It lightens it up. Leave it at that right there. It's perfect. Go over and get your crow quill.
Get me quill. I forgot what I put it under now. I've got to go. There we go. I've got it.
I love the way you said get me quill. It just makes me feel proper. I feel like I should be sitting up straight and
Get my quill.
um now instead of black ink, use the transparency. It's down below the white for your color.
Is it?
Yeah, where you have the black ink
Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
far left,
Box. Got it.
transparency, or it's right up underneath your tools, underneath where you select the ruler as well. So you have
Okay.
2 areas. Yeah, and now you can see where the other lines were behind the pencil lines, and you can follow those lines if you wanted to.
Awesome. I love
The,
this. This is so cool. Now I
the,
know why you don't use white, because white would have covered that.
yeah, this is see you pick it up so fast. this
No.
is this is how you do what's called reverse inking, but you do this digitally. And I'm actually just now building a course with that tip in it, and it's going to go up on my Gumroad very soon. Um, so your viewers got it for free. So you guys
Yeah.
are lucky.
Oh no, I've messed it up again. I can't get it sharp. I can't get a sharp V.
Well, you can use the polygon as well instead of the regular lasso. You can use the polygon lasso, and that is like holding the option key in Photoshop. You know, it has the polygon.
Yeah. Is the perspective right on that? Is the V perspective right? I mean,
Um,
it's
I
all,
the black actually goes up into the helmet into that. Uh, I mean,
oh, a reverse V.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
so Dave's perspective on it. A lot of times, what he does, he freehands it, and then he leaves it up to the inker. And what we do is we come in and then we adjust the lines and things like that. So the perspective on the pencils could be off, a little bit.
Trying to get no, trying to get rid of that. I've not looked at a Power Ranger since I was very, very small. So
Yeah.
I'm using that tool. That was awful. Do you know what? I just need to do a new lasso thing for this. So I'm gonna go polyline
Polyline, yeah, there you go.
and
That
then just draw a triangle upwards. So it should be perspective again. I need to work on my perspective so much. Well, I think all artists always need to continuously work on perspective. It is really difficult.
Well, the good thing is that you're conscious of that. So you're making a conscious effort to learn. And that's something that I try to teach, when I teach art to other artists or share on my art stream is that I want people to be, conscious of the areas where their weaknesses are, and try to improve. And you already have that. I guess I shouldn't be surprised because that's how you're picking stuff up so fast. But
I need a
it's,
reference image. I'm gonna get a Power Ranger up.
yeah. Well, I have the finished version of this that's colored as well.
No, don't show me that.
Oh, don't. Okay.
No, no, I will cry and give up.
It's
Well, it's different on every picture, so obviously this is his take on it. So
Yes. Yeah, and we weren't allowed to make very many changes to it because it's owned by, I believe it was, oh my gosh, I forget the name of that company. But not only we went through IDW for this, I think, or Boom, it was Boom Studios. Boom Studios was has the licensing right now for Power Rangers, and then we also had to go through the company that owns Power Rangers. I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of them, but they all had to approve it. So we sent off the artwork. They came back. Oh, you got to put this on there. Make this change. So it was scary. I had to go back in and change a lot of stuff.
is that Saban?
Saban. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't see that. Thank you so much. Whoever had the comment on there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Saban. They're absolutely right. Common cast. So Joe, most likely, right? Joe's watching. That's the Go-Go Power Rangers. We did just regular Power Rangers Shattered Grid number 25. And that's what this one is. And this one's available through sketchart.com. And
yeah, but the helmet doesn't go like up in a V on them. It comes down.
I'm not sure. Which is funny because I actually don't know the Power Rangers, and I'm sorry about that, Ben. Saban company.
That's why I'm confused because normally helmets come down. You wouldn't get the visor to go up because that would create a weakness in the visor, so it wouldn't be like logical to have that on a Power Ranger.
That's a good eye. But I think they go for the rule of cool, what looks cool, what looks dynamic, rather than what's really functional, even in the television show,
Well, I'm going for realistic here, guys. I'm changing it up even more because I'm not doing this with David. I'm doing this with a bit. So I'm going to go with protection first, and I'm going to make a safe visor where the V goes down somehow. Where are you? Where's your screen?
I have the cover. If this is what it looked like after it was inked, and this is my inks and Triona Farrell. She's a colorist out of Ireland, and she colored this and did just an amazing job. And this is what the entire cover looks like. So it's. Oh, this one's actually the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's what it was. It was the Shattered Grid storyline. But they sent it back to us, and they said she can't have hearts on her cufflinks because Dave drew hearts on her cufflinks. There needed to be a certain amount of triangles on the Red Rangers, on his as well. So all these little details had to get approved through like so many people. And I inked over the original. So the original has different variations to it where I had to go back in Photoshop and patch a lot of stuff.
I can imagine that's quite maybe tough to take as well, especially if it was one of your first tries or first crack at the whip for a big thing, and they're like, no, send it back. How do you avoid taking those things to heart?
Well, the thing is, you have to remember you're getting paid for it. We're professionals. It's work for hire, and they're the client. So it's just like when you do your commissions. It's the same thing. You're a professional. It's whatever the client wants. They commission that work. So it's, that's, but a lot of times, you're trying to move on to something else. You've got things lined up. It's like trying to get Power Rangers out, let's go on to after that, we had to do Charlie's Angels. So we did the Charlie's Angels cover. And we had to jump onto that, and it was like, get Power Rangers, get it going. But they kept sending it back with little changes.
Yeah, I think Joe asked a question before. He said, how do you keep from drawing too much and learning bad habits? Should new artists who are leveling up look to study more or just get pencil to paper?
If you want to level up, don't think about rendering. Rendering is the icing on your cake. That is the icing and any of the decorations and candles you're going to put on. So to level up, what you want to do is work on fundamentals. It's just like if you were playing basketball, you don't want to do the fancy crossovers and all the dunks. You've got to work on your proper stance, your proper form. The same thing with boxing and anything that you're doing. So with art, it's the same thing. You want to work on core fundamentals such as gesture drawings, perspective that Faye has constantly been reminding me of too. Because even professionals, sometimes you're working fast, and we're not always going to get it right or exactly the perfect, but you want to work on that and have good fundamentals. All the great, beautiful rendering stuff you see in Dave Finch's work is something that he later added. Because I remember talking to Dave and I asked him when he wanted to break in and he wanted to level up. And level up sounds funny. I feel like I'm playing the old Mario Brothers game where you would level
Yeah.
up. So if you want to get a level 100 like Dave Finch, he told me he spent a year just drawing hands and feet, and he strengthened where he was weak. And so, I mean, now he draws every day, all day. It's his career. So, I mean, that's why this guy can do this stuff so fast.
Yeah, that's true. I've got a question for you here from me.
Oh, you clicked me.
Whoops, I clicked you. I'm so sorry. Right, so I just tried to fill in this bit here on the right where the visor shine is with transparency, and when I do it, it does everything transparent.
What?
The lines are connected.
Yeah. Your lines are. You have a ruler in there. You have to delete that ruler from that layer that we did earlier. Do you still remember how to delete that ruler?
No, but shouldn't I just be able to fill this bit in here where I've done a ruler? Can you see my purple lines here that I've done?
Yes, but that's a ruler that you snap to the ruler. You need to do a lasso in that shape. So if you do the lasso in that shape, then you can drop in.
With you, I've got mixed up with the lasso and the ruler. I'm with you. Cool, I get it now. So yeah, so the colouring on that, as I was saying, was incredible. The comic cover that you're showing then, and I find colouring so much more fun and interesting. Personally, why did you go into inking? Because I can imagine this can get really stressful and monotonous sometimes. Do you ever feel like taking a break, and does it get boring, or do you absolutely love it? And why didn't you go into something else? Like 5 questions, sorry.
No, they're great. I was able to follow that train of thought.
Yeah,
I think
someone can.
I think our brains work the same. We've got like 5 or 6 roadways in there, a lot of
I've
traffic.
got like 50 tabs open in my brain at all times.
Well, that's an intelligent person. I like to think of myself as intelligent too. So
Yeah, why
but it's also a great segue for me. A lot of people ask me that question, when they see my pencil work, they go, "Oh my God, you can draw? Why did you become an inker?" Inking for me was when I first started out, I wanted somebody to ink my work. But at that time, I was very young. I was about 19 years old. I couldn't afford an inker at that time because I wasn't a high name professional. So I decided, you know what? I want to learn inking. I want to learn this skill, this trade. It's also it all kind of goes together. They work like a symbiote in comic book line work. So why not? So I spent years honing that skill. And now I'm working on my pencils again. But I do have here, if you like, we can share my screen. And this is actually my own work, pencils and ink. This is for my comic book called Dragon Rage. That this is my work, but my comic book is going to have a Dave Finch cover. Dave and I, we've been friends for a while, and we help each other out. So he's doing a cover for me for my book Dragon Rage. But this here is my pencils, my inks, and I get that a lot. People ask me, why did you go into inking? I really love line work. I think when someone can make their art look really very well decorated with just by a series of lines and patterns,
Yeah.
which is what I put into my work is because I really like a lot of line work. And but when it comes to drawing, like you were asking about my drawing, I really like drawing animals. So when it came time to create my own book, I thought, well, what do I really want to draw? What do I really want to work on? I think like drawing the muscular Wolverine and the Hulk and all that stuff, visually it looks great, but to me, I didn't grow up reading comics, so I'm pulling from like movies. And so when I created my own book, I created this character. Her name is Nuri, and she is the daughter of the Dragon King. She's the daughter of the Dragon King. She was disowned by that kingdom. She doesn't know him. She's never met him, and she's raised by a different race who I'll go through this very quickly for you guys. Raised by a different race who later go to war with the Dragon King. The Dragon King goes to war with them. She has to choose, does she want to go with the family that nurtured her or her biological family by nature? So it's nurture versus nature. Which side will she choose? So, when I design characters and stuff, I put in all that stuff into there. And then I want to draw a fennec fox. I thought a fennec fox is super cool, super cute. And so I put the little fox in there, and I like drawing dragons. And I had never drawn a dragon, so I shouldn't say, but I like it now. I didn't know I could, but so I put that in there. But thankfully, I got 25 years of inking skill that I can use. I also have skill as a graphic designer. I've also worked in television, doing the graphics and stuff and editing. So all these things came into play. It's skills that I can use. So regardless of whether like for you, you've got painting, you've got, obviously, how to do makeup, ish. Yeah. It looks great. Not that, because it looks better than my makeup. Can you guys tell I'm wearing makeup? No, I'm just kidding.
True. There's a quick question before you carry on. Like, I keep drawing a real line in here and it's not showing up. I've even gone to a new layer and it's not showing. And my transparency isn't on. Like, I draw a ruler and then it doesn't happen.
Your ruler is in the very bottom layer. What it does is it creates its own layer. So move down to the bottom layer, click on that ruler. Instead of deleting it, click and drag it up to the layer. I need another drink. It's drinking ink, right? So I should be drinking.
Yeah, you're not keeping true to the name here. Let me try it now.
There it is.
It's not working.
Your ruler, you're in there. You're on
the ruler isn't coming up. It's not showing up.
Let's see. You got your ruler and you're in the top layer. Where did you put the ruler at?
I'm trying to put it down here, and the purple line just isn't coming up.
Well,
it's really weird.
Are you
deleting when I put it down? It just disappears.
And you're using your ruler, not the linear. You use the curve ruler. That's crazy because you're in that layer. The layer has the eye next to it. I can see the ruler in that icon. The only. Oh, you know what? It's crazy too. Like you have your 2 points. You have to click one point and like drag it.
Yeah, I did that, but even so, it should like.
Because it's telling me there's already a ruler in there. So right click that ruler on the right, since you're making a new one anyway. That ruler that's in that layer, just double click it, and hit delete ruler. And now you can start all over. You can do a new ruler.
Okay, let me try. I'm still not coming up.
Are you holding a shift key or command key or anything at all?
No, there's nothing being held down.
Because there you go. Now it's
gone. There's no purple line. What the hell?
Yeah, that was really, really weird. Click it one more time and drag it out. You know what? Let me test on my screen with my ruler real quick, and I can just see what's going on here. You are using the curve ruler.
Yeah, I've tried using the linear ruler, and that didn't work either. I don't know what I've done.
Did you click and tap? Are you using the 4-point or the?
Either way, like even when I click and tap it, it's not coming up.
Oh, it's working on my end. Like you're going like click and then click and then.
Yeah,
click.
You can see it on the screen on the left side.
You have it. That's the Bezier. When you let go of that Bezier, it's going to leave that curve.
And it doesn't. I don't know why I'm doing.
I can see you're in the second layer.
Yeah, I tried switching layers, but it didn't change them.
Wow, that is so strange. I've never seen that happen. And this is the demo version, right?
Well, no, it's the full version, but for 30 days.
I have never seen. Try the curve. You did the linear ruler right now because I saw the Bezier.
I'll go to your screen and then I'll close it down and reopen it and see if it fixes it.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe that's what you need to either delete that layer because there's something in that layer. But yeah, it's right. Like when I command click, it pulls up my bounding box and stuff. So that's really weird that it didn't let you do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quit it and reopen it. It seems to work for most things. Confirm, paste, and save.
What I'll do is I'll give you an idea here of I'll link that little part of the helmet just to kind of give you a reference point.
Yeah,
And
that'd be good.
so let's get the
The best way to learn is to copy at the beginning, copy other people and what they do, and then get your own style from that.
yeah, that's exactly how I learned.
Mm.
You know,
Well, it's a study, isn't it? That's what they call studies, when you just kind of copy over things.
I like that. I like the way you said that. Made me feel better about.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's just tracing, you're drawing over. It's like, no, I'm learning. I'm learning the motor memory of how to do it, training my hand.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually a really, really good point. I
Right, my
like.
ruler's working now, so it must have just been lagging out. That's fine. Oh, look at you
Yeah.
just going in there, like, show off.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm trying
Um,
hard. I was inked over the original layer, but it doesn't matter because I'm not doing a comic book. This is just for fun, so I'm not going to stress about that.
yeah, exactly. You know, don't stress or worry about the little things. You know, it's day two. You know, you're
Are
actually
you doing
really.
that with a crow quill?
Yes, yeah. I'm using the crow quill. And I didn't mask or lasso off any of the area. I just freehand it. And then what I did was I just used the eraser, the hard eraser, and I just cleaned up my lines with that. And then I used what's called the lasso fill tool. Wait, am I still sharing my screen?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am. At
yeah,
first, oh, I didn't share the full thing. But so here, here's the lasso fill tool that I can fill in the areas very quickly with. And so, one of the things is that you never want to deviate from what the penciler has laid down. You would just want to enhance it. So, as inkers, it isn't our job to redraw their drawing or to say this is wrong. I need to correct it because it's really our opinion of that. There are minor adjustments that we make. So it is a very fine line. So you got to be really careful not to cross it. Um, you know, some things I have gone through at the very beginning, and I made some adjustments on Dave's work, and I let him know about it, and he said, "Oh yeah, I don't like that."
yeah. Well,
So
he's honest.
it's it's what?
I said at least he's honest with you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's a great guy. He's not afraid to tell you when he doesn't like something. You know, he'll let me know, but he does it in such a great way that you know, I don't feel bad about. But thankfully, that was the only time he's ever uh, was you know, he disagreed with something that I did. But other than that, he and I've worked pretty well together.
Yeah, it's really good when you gel with somebody creatively and they just kind of get you and you get them. You don't really have to explain your work to people because there's nothing more exhausting than doing that, in my opinion.
Yeah, that
You don't
is
get my work, then just move on. Like, just move on. If you don't understand it, you don't vibe with it, you don't get it. If you know your work isn't god awful and it's good and someone just doesn't like it, that's on them. That's not on you. That's just taste. You know what I mean? Like, I was saying to my friend the other day, it's like wine. You can buy an expensive wine and somebody will drink it and think it's absolutely disgusting. It doesn't mean it's a bad wine. It's just taste. And it's the same with art.
that's a really good point.
Doesn't matter, does it? Like, just don't buy that wine again. Just don't waste your money on it. Buy another wine. Who cares? It doesn't take away from the wine or how long it took to age it or how rich it is. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just that's on you. You don't have expensive taste or you don't have good taste or you know, taste is subjective, isn't it? So
Exactly. Art is subjective. Eye is our beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's a very good point.
the only
Yeah.
issue I've got now is because my layers have merged onto the original layer. The layer is
Mhm.
still transparent because I saved it transparent. So that's really frustrating.
The
I'd have to fill it all in again, I think.
with the black on the visor,
Yeah.
it how many layers do you have for your ink layers?
Well, the ink layer is merged onto the original layer because I have to save it and reopen it again.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just going to wing it and hope for the best. Nope, that's not happening. Oh, god damn it. Ugh. That's really frustrating now.
Do you want me to take a look, see what you're
I'm just
doing?
going to have to, like, fill in all the black again.
Do you,
Ugh. You see, because it's saved opaque. Like mine isn't black now.
Oh, is your oh, you're inking on your actual pencil layer. You're on
I
your.
know because it's saved like that, so I'm gonna have to.
Oh, okay. Um, and that very top layer up there, is that at 100% as well? Did we ever move it back to
Yeah, that's just
100%?
one. That's just a new one that I made. I think I'm just gonna have to ink over the original. Sorry, David, and then just go into my process and just try and like neaten it up a little bit.
But you know what's really great is that there are viewers that are, that are want to become inkers, and this is what it's really like for day two that you're going to go through. I mean, I made these mistakes. It was very difficult. Sometimes that's part of digital inking, that there's a lot of technical parts of it. So I run into technical difficulties sometimes. Things that I've got to figure out. But I love that. I love being a problem solver. I love, if there's an issue, there's also a solution, and I
No,
love the quest.
again. The hell? I'm on the crow quill, and it's not inking.
Are
What?
you on? You got black selected too, right? It looks like on
It's
the
just
ink.
to mess with me, isn't it? It's just like, you know what? You're not gonna ink.
Yeah. Do you have? You don't have a ruler on that layer. Your
No.
layer's not locked. It looks like nope. Um. Yeah. Unless, did you adjust your layer? Does it say normal on your layer, or does it say like
100%
the
normal.
the blending layer? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Um.
completely normal. Oh, this is
Ah.
so great. I'm gonna have to.
And
But
actually, you're doing such a great job. I really like the way you did the visors.
I'm trying. I'm trying really hard. Just gonna have to save it again and then just close it and reopen it. But that's life. Things like this happen. Things like this happen to professionals all the time. And make sure you save your work.
It- yes, that's what. And the great thing is that Clip Studio does an auto save. So what I do is I have to reduce the amount of number that it auto saves to
Mhm.
speed up the computer. But it's really, really good about being able to it'll save your work for you. It's really good.
Yeah, I like that. I have to have that on Word and PowerPoint and stuff because I'm so bad for shutting my laptop and forgetting about it. Lifesaver. I was finishing my dissertation at uni, and I did like eight. I think it was meant to be like a 15,000 word submission, and I got 10,000. I did 10,000 words in a day or something, and I already had like 5,000 words, and I did so much research and came up with my own little hypothesis, and I knew it was like first class level stuff, and it all deleted. It all deleted. All the work I did that day just went, and I just sat there and I think I put like My Chemical Romance on, like a really emo song. I just had a moment because it didn't save. It was probably like the worst moment of my entire degree. It was,
Wow.
I know.
How long did it take you to you said 1,500 words. So what was
It
it
took,
like?
I had all the tabs still open of all the research papers that I was on, but it still took me like 5 hours to redo it.
Wow. That's
I know.
Man. I mean, I've run into stuff like that where I didn't save. Like I do a lot of video edits in Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects. And there have been times where I thought I backed it up onto my backup drive, and
Mm-hmm.
I delete the file off my hard drive, but I didn't actually back it up. Yeah. And same thing. I had hours of work, and
That makes me feel sick just thinking about it.
I was so upset, and I'm not a crier, but oh my God, I was.
It brings me close to tears. It really does. I think I got so numb off it that I didn't even cry. I was just,
Yeah.
oh my God, I felt so sick.
But My
Somebody
Chemical
just said
Romance, that's
that's a
awesome.
nightmare. I lost it like that on my doctorate. Oh,
Wow.
it's sick,
Man.
like actually sickening.
Yeah. Hours of work and anything, God, and then losing that work is, it's
Yeah,
pretty
it's super
scary.
frustrating. I'm trying to copy your lines here, but it's not going well.
Oh, it takes time, I mean, I couldn't go back on day two and copy my lines. It took me about 10 years to master the actual crow quill. It took a long time, a lot of hours. And I remember those days. I used to get very upset and uh, you know, and it's just, because we can see what we want to put down. We can visualize it. And then that's what makes it so frustrating, is that we just haven't gotten the tool yet. But once you realize there is no spoon, in digital inking, you can
Yeah,
bend it.
it's so true. I mean, I'm just trying. Okay. I'm just gonna carry on. I'm not gonna beat myself up because in my head, did you hear that?
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Jesus, that was some feedback. In my head, mine looks like yours, and then when I'm paper, I could have done this on Microsoft Paint at this point.
Mhm.
Look how crap this is. Just to feel
No,
better about yourself, guys. Like,
it, it's not crap.
like,
See, there's still a lot of really good in it. It's just that your interpretation of the inks is a different version than mine. But you already know that there's highlights and reflection in the visor, and so that's what you've done, is that you've given highlights, and you even created a little gradient off your highlight, like where it's a really bright area, but then you've created a gray tone with a very fine little white lines.
it's
That's
just
skill.
so good. I'm trying to do the little curve thing up here. I'm trying to just do this freehand because at this point, I'm just sick of myself at this point.
Freehand's good, because then it helps you get more control of what you're doing, of the tool, so don't always rely on that curved ruler. Freehanding, a lot of it also gives it that natural, it gives it it makes it look more traditional because there's beauty in your imperfections, so your lines don't all they're
I'm
odd.
trying to look at yours. Sorry.
Oh no, I thought yours was great. It's looking really, really good.
I need to get the eraser on it though, and I don't think that's going to work. I actually might have. Can you? I don't think you can ink transparent over a layer that you've already drawn on, can you? No. I would actually have to go in with white here, which I might just do because it doesn't matter because it's just for this stream.
Oh, I mean, you can use transparency to take away ink. You just fill your whatever pen you want with transparency. You can go in and use it kind of like an eraser. But the eraser tool is also pressure sensitive, the default eraser inside of Clip Studio Paint. So you can do these cool little sketches and stuff with it. So it makes it great for correcting really complex areas.
Yeah, I'm trying now. I'm just erasing a little bits that I've done. I mean, I can't really be mad at myself. Like I said, it's day 2. If I got mad at myself, then I'm just being way too hard on myself.
Every artist, I think we're our own worst critics. We're very hard on ourselves. So you're not alone. I think because you know your potential, you can see the line work, like you said, in your head. You know exactly what it is you're trying to accomplish, but it's trying to learn and master right now the technical part, not just the skill of inking, but you also are having to learn the program at the same time. So
yeah, exactly.
You're taking on a lot at all on day 2, but you're going to get there. It's if I've done it, anybody can do it.
I think I'm just going to make people feel better about themselves at this point because, I think it's easy to watch a lot of these greats and just be like, I'm rubbish. I'm never going anywhere. I can't draw like him. And it's like, well, look at mine. Do you know what I mean? It's rubbish, but I'm having fun. I'm learning along the way. And I think the thing is just don't stop. Just keep going because you're not going to be great on day 1. It's just not going to happen. Even year 1, you'll make improvements, but you're not going to be amazing.
That's so true, and that's such a great perspective to take from it, to take on to that, because you're setting a realistic goal for yourself, and you're understanding that everybody, even like you said, the greats, Frank Frazetta, I mean, everybody, they didn't learn to draw on day 2. Frank Frazetta had a hard time finding work, at the beginning, and if you watch his documentary, I mean, it's like, what? Frank Frazetta had some hard times, and it's made me feel better about the difficulties that I have as an artist, So.
Yeah, there's a lot of horror stories for everyone that got famous. There's a lot of struggles, and like every creator has had knockbacks, rejections, because people don't see potential. They just see the finished product or nothing. And when I say people, I mean businesses, companies. Businesses don't want potential. They want somebody who can sit down and do the work, and they'll get the money's worth out of you. So if you're seeing people who have been employed by companies like Marvel, like DC, like Image, Dark Horse, or it doesn't matter who it is, even an indie comic, they're not going to put the money into potential, so to speak. They're going to put the money into somebody that they can sit down and do the work. So my point is, don't get beat up when you're looking at these people, because they're not going to throw money at somebody that is a bit mediocre. You're just going to see expert level stuff all the time. So it's stupid to compare yourself to that. It's like watching the Olympics and thinking, oh, well, I can't run like Usain Bolt, so what's the point in me ever going for a run again? The Olympics doesn't go off potential. It goes off expertise.
That's definitely a good point. And we also only ever hear about the success stories, but we don't hear about the work they put in and the struggle they had along the way, because that doesn't really make a great, interesting story. They, like you said, they don't want the people that are in that middle phase. They want the people at the very end of the phase. And that's when you hear about somebody's once they're successful. But everybody has a story. What was their journey? What did they go through to get there?
Mm-hmm. No, I completely agree. I'm really not getting anywhere with mine. This is frustrating beyond belief. But I keep on saying frustrating beyond belief, but then I'm like, but I'm having fun, guys. I'm trying to have fun.
Well, I mean, you're doing really good. There are really good key points within your work already. I, as an inker myself, and having worked and helped other inkers, that I can see potential. I can already see that you understand, you understand lighting because you're working on the highlight of the visor. That there's a main light source on that left side of her helmet. A lot of people don't really get that, and they're artists and they struggle with that, and you've got that so quickly. But I'm assuming it's because you have been a painter. You've worked in other mediums, so you've got an advantage over most people that wanted to be inkers. But
yeah, I suppose for lights and darks, I guess there's a slight advantage there of being a painter, because that's what you have to do. You have to know where the highlights and where the shadows are. But I'm proud of the 3 lines that I've done on the right of the helmet. They were first try and they came out well, and I'm happy with that. But everything else, I just hate it. I just absolutely hate it.
Well, let me.
I'm going to take these away.
Let me ask you, what makes you want to ink?
Because I know I'm not good at it, and I don't like not being good at things. I like to be at a average, superficial level amongst of many things, like a jack of all trades, so to speak. If there's something I've not done before, I want to try it, and I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I want a career in inking, because that's just, I don't know. I like doing it, but I just don't think it's something I could devote the rest of my life to, if you know what I mean. Like, I would rather be a colorist. Like, I love colors. As you know, you've seen my artwork. Like, that is what resonates with me. Like, colors, tones, textures, patterns, stuff like that. Don't think I could work in just black and white. I respect that you do. I honor it. But personally, for me, I don't think I could do this for a very long time. But I like trying new things. It's a spice of life. You've got to try new things.
Yeah, it sounds like, your journey is a process of elimination. You don't know what you like until you've tried other things and find out what you dislike, So you try inking, but it seems like you're leaning more, it's helped you make your decision and leaning more towards color. There are colorists in the comic book industry, that work inside of Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint. So, but you know what? I mean, but still, you never know. Like, this is only day 2. You can't make that decision and day 2, but you give it a fair amount of time. At least try to ink for whenever you can, at least for a few months, and then base a decision off that and go, do I want to go another 6 months? And after a year, look back, and then if you don't see progress, well, then maybe it's something that isn't for you. But if you do see some progress, then you're on the right track.
Yeah, exactly.
But I my prediction, and this is just, I'm not trying to be, I'm not saying I'm being nice or anything, but as a professional inker, day 2, you're off to a better start than people that have sent me their work that have been inking for years. There's some people.
Me, Jimmy. Don't lie to me.
No, serious. Maybe it's all the. Maybe I've got to call it here quits because I've had too many. I gotta top off my drink now.
Yeah, you've had way too much sugar.
Yeah, there you
Or
go.
is it no sugar?
What's the word? See, I'm not even a drinker. I don't say when. I got to say when, right? When you have too much.
Yeah, you're a straight edge. But yeah, I feel like the bubbles from that Coca-Cola may have gone to your head a little bit because. But I suppose if you see potential, I can't argue with you. Like, you're the pro here, do you know what I mean? And you've seen a lot of people's work. I'm not somebody that spends my days looking at inks. It's something I've never really, like I was saying to the guys, up until a couple of years ago, I thought there was a writer and there was an artist on a comic book, and that was it. I thought there was a guy that did the inks, did the colors, did the penciling, did the paneling, did the storyboards. And it was only a couple of years ago when I really got into reading comics. I was like, there's like 5 people doing this. Like, it's insane. It's a collaborative effort just to make one book. It's crazy. I never knew that.
I mean, I didn't grow up reading comic books, so same thing. I had to learn everything. I thought Stan Lee was a great guy, and he did a lot of comic books. I didn't realize that he was just his name on there presenting the comics. But see, already what's good, and I wish I could go and like mark over your drawing to kind of show you where are your inks, what your strengths are. But you created a gradient, and most people don't know how to create gradients with just line work. So if you look on that far right corner away from her visor, you did 3 lines. Right at the very end, you did a heavy line weight, a medium line weight, and a fine line weight, and you taper them down. Each one's like thick, longer, thinner, like your fingers kind of the way they kind of taper down. You did that already in there, and you're going with the shape of the helmet. It contours with the shape. So you can tell you're obviously an artist, and you know how to work within a gradient. So you've already got shadows and lights. That's the 2 hardest things that that's what I focus on the most with new inkers whenever I'm showing them stuff, is that shapes and the contour of the helmet and lights and shadows. But you have that. So you have, I mean, I wouldn't be hard on yourself on day 2, because I think honestly this is really good. It's
Yeah,
just
this is a very difficult medium to draw because there's so many curvatures to a helmet that you've got to think about. I think doing bodies is quite easy because with women you have the curvature of the breast and then the hips and then the waist and things like that, and you can kind of pick up little details. Men, I think I'd struggle with, but helmets and armor is always difficult to reference that because
yes,
it's not something we see every day. It's not something that's on the TV every day unless you're consuming this media 24/7 and you kind of have an eye for it. Like, it's really difficult to do.
that's that's really well said. I'm gonna borrow that sometime. I like that. You're right. I mean, the thing is too is that our mind recalls on life experiences, anything that we've seen and view, and we recall on that memory to use that information whenever we're drawing something. And that's why I express to people, whenever you're out, pay attention to when you're about to get in your car, look at the way the light reflects off the hood of your car, your vehicle, because then you'll get to see the contours and the way the light bends and the way it reflects off different shapes, because you can later use that like on this helmet. And obviously you've stared at your car out in the shining in the sunlight many times, because I can see you're concentrating really hard.
I know. I'm still listening. I promise. Like, you look at your car when you go on a journey, look at things for reference. I promise I'm listening. I'm trying so hard.
No, it's totally understandable. I get the question on my art stream a lot. People will ask me, how can you just talk and ink it like nothing? But it's just that I've done this so many times that I feel like I could close my eyes and ink sometimes, because it's almost become mundane to me. But and that's why I think I'm moving on to full artwork and penciling and stuff.
Would you ever go into colors?
That's a whole nother art form that I don't understand. Art theory, I mean color theory, hues and saturations and things like that. I would struggle. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll try. I mean,
why not? Like, why not? Why not break away from something for a little bit and try something completely out of your comfort zone?
When I was freelancing, I say when I was like it was I was freelancing all the way up to yesterday. I was super busy. I didn't have time to do anything else, and when I wasn't doing art, I wanna like sit back and watch TV with my girlfriend or with my granddaughter, or I want to do other things. I want to be around my family. So I try to get away from art sometimes. And when you're freelancing, your whole world is just art. It's busy.
Mhm.
And then I contacted my publishers and my editors yesterday and said, I'm not inking anymore. Not inking anymore, but I'll ink covers, but I'm not going to ink full time anymore because I believe I'm at a point in my life where I want to do something that I love, a passion that I love. So for me, moving on isn't like trying colors, but I'm moving on trying to do creating my own comic book. So, like I said, I've got Dave Finch on the covers. I've got Andrew Dahlhaus on the colors. Now I'm going to be wearing many different hats because now I'm going to have to contact printers, distributors, and it's going to be a lot of work. But
It's hard work, but it's good that you're now at that point where you can artistically retire to your own forte, your own medium, and have your own creativity. And I know you obviously enjoy probably being told what to do by other people's lines and their pencils and things like that, but
yeah,
to do all that yourself off your own back and have the artistic license to now be able to do that must feel so freeing for you.
yeah, that's you describe it so well. That's one thing I tried to tell one of the publishers that I was working for, one of the creators that I did some inks for. He didn't take it very well. He didn't really. He was very upset that I was no longer gonna be accepting freelance work. But I thought this is my career. This is my life. It's a decision that I make, and you should respect that.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with anyone other than just myself and my passion. I'm very, very grateful. I had a great career outside of comics that has now allowed me to be able to not worry about. I don't have to. I don't. Freelancing comic books isn't my income. I don't have to worry about it. It's all just extra money. So,
Mhm.
why not? Why not? Since I don't need that as income. Why stress myself out? And why not? If I'm going to do it, spend 10 hours a day. Why not draw the stuff that I love? And
Yeah.
I might be creating a platform where like I can have you come in, do some artwork for us. I can bring in other new talent, new people that are inspiring artists, and help people out. I like helping. I like working with new talent. Um, so I might be able to create that platform. Hopefully, my book's successful enough that um, I'll have room to bring new talent on and get them published.
Where's that going to be available on for people that might want to check that out?
It's good. I'm leaning towards Indiegogo. I do have contacts in the industry, so I do already have people that are already interested in what I'm doing. But with Indiegogo, I get more control. I get more of the profit where I can turn around and then go mainstream on my own from the profit from that, and have more capital that way. People get a very unique, something very unique to them. So the backers get more. They get something that isn't available to everybody in mainstream, especially this Dave Finch cover. It's going to be the first Dave Finch cover ever through Indiegogo. So I think that itself is going to be pretty successful.
Yeah, someone, Joe said, you should ask Finch to ink you.
We talk about that. Yeah. We were joking around about that on the live stream. He was on my live stream like a day or two ago, and we joked around about that. He's doing the cover, and he said, I assume you're going to be inking me on the inking the cover." And I was like, "Yeah, I want to, but I'm not going to tell him, hey, you can't ink," because he inks his own work too. So I don't want to tell him, "Hey, you can't ink your work," because you're doing a cover for me. So I was excited, and then we joked around about, "Hey, man." I got a cover on penciling. Well, you ink me. That'd be fun because he knows how to ink too. So
Yeah, I bet you've got a repertoire of contacts that you can just call on, but you can now call on yourself as well if you're doing your penciling because you're not just
mm,
an inker, you're also an incredible artist in the
mm.
traditional medium of pencils. Like just you can just draw, which you said to me, if you can do that, you've got an upper hand really.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's lag on the video that I see on the webcam.
Yeah, I'm lagging. Give me a sec.
No problem. Hey, welcome to the Jimmy. No, it's not my show here, guys. This is the Fay Art Show.
This is drink and draw. Yeah, I don't know why I'm lagging so much. Really.
Oh, it could be weather in your area. Because I don't think it's the StreamYard server because I think I'm showing okay, but it's
Yeah,
just it's we're in, of course, two different countries.
true. It is lagging quite bad, so I might try and leave the studio again and come back in. So I'm gonna let you talk for a little bit, get your artwork up.
Yeah, let's share my screen and I'll.
Yeah, you chat away about what you're doing. Let's have a go. See if I can get it on. Right, go.
Not a problem. Sorry, guys. I'm not as pretty as Faye, and my eyebrows aren't trimmed as well as Faye's. But who's are, right? I mean, God, this girl's eyebrows. I didn't even notice her eyes until like recently, until she put the gray background. It's like, holy cow, you got beautiful eyes. That's great.
I think I'm still lagging a little bit. Am I lagging as much?
No, you look great.
Cool. Right.
I like the Vogue. I like the little Vogue dance. That's an old reference. Yeah.
Sure that's a live test.
How do you know all these references from the 80s and 90s?
I like Madonna. Like my music taste is 60s, 70s, 80s, and like some 90s if you count like Pearl Jam and Nirvana. But I also like recent hits. But yeah, some of my favorite bands like the Kinks and stuff from the 60s. Like I love stuff like that. T-Rex, all that kind of David Bowie.
Yeah.
I could go on.
Oh my gosh, I'm so impressed. Wow. Because you were born in what, 1993 or something?
1995, but yeah, I love like Stanley Kubrick and Tarantino films and all that kind of jazz, like all the old films. Like Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite. I know it's not really old, but it's old-ish. But I just like pop culture. I like all that stuff from back then. I find it really interesting.
Yeah, I think I was renting my first apartment in 1995.
Oh, great, thanks. Like, well, I suppose that's insulting yourself there a little bit, actually, not me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, yeah, it's definitely an insult to me. But it's crazy.
Yeah, but I think that I've got more time to hone this skill. It's funny because I was saying to you the other day when we was chatting, like I feel old, like people are moving on with their lives quick. Who my friends who are my age and stuff, or people a little bit older, have all got, seems like they've got the shit sorted out, so to speak. And then I'm just like, oh well, I'm kind of doing my art and I kind of want to be a teacher and I probably want to go into science at some like point in my life. But I always remember one of my teachers telling me like the best people she knows who are her age, like 40, still don't know what they want to be and still don't know what they want to do, and they're just trying new things. Like,
yes.
So I took that as inspiration. I feel like I'm just gonna be like that my entire life. Like, I don't think I can ever stick to one thing forever. I've got to do 50 different things at once, or like one thing and then another thing and then another thing. That's the way my brain works. I've got to be like constantly stimulated with different things.
I think a lot of us feel that life is short and we've got to rush, hurry. Or when you're young, you feel that it's now or never, tonight's the night. And it's like, you've got the rest of your life. I think you're at a really good pace for 25. I think you got a good head on your shoulder and you're really, taking your time to discover things and find things. You're not rushing into stuff. I wish I had gone as slow as you did, but I would never ever change, the fact that I was a father very young. I love being a father. Now I'm a grandfather, and
my friends lost their shit at that. He was in my group chat. He was like, "Jimmy's a granddad? How old is he?" I was like, "I don't know." And I was like, "Maybe you had children really young. I don't know." And he was like, "He's not a granddad." I was like, "Well, he's not gonna lie about that, is he?"
Yeah, I was a father very, very young. I was a teenager. I was 19 when my son was born.
Yeah, same with my dad. My dad was 19 when I was born.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, so he's like, wait, I'm trying to think. He was born in 1975.
So he's 44.
Yeah, so that's quite young considering I'm 25.
Yes, yeah, that's very young.
So that's why he was into like the Judge Dredd and stuff, because that was the big thing when he was younger. He used to queue up outside comic book stores at like from midnight till when they opened, just to get one of the first issues of the new Judge Dredd comics and stuff. So a lot of my music taste and my art is kind of inspired by him growing up on Judge Dredd and like making me watch RoboCop when I was a kid, and just kind of pushing all these like sci-fi dystopian media in my face and making me like watch and do all these different things. And I could play guitar before I could walk, and I'm not even joking. Like when I say play, it's questionable, but he used to sit me down next to a guitar. I was literally like 2-3 years old, and this guitar was like 5 times the size of me. He used to get my hand and make me like pluck the strings when I was a child. So a lot of my interests come from not being forced. I don't want to say I was forced, but it was like put upon me, and if I didn't like it, I didn't do it. But I tended to like most things and just kind of like picked it up and ran with it, I guess.
You sound like you have a great dad. He sounds like a
Yeah,
great
cool guy.
guy.
He's into a lot of this stuff. Like I know he's going to be very jealous that I'm on a stream with you and Ryan Brown tomorrow as well, who's an Irish artist. Like my dad was like, you need to add this guy on Facebook. Like he actually replies to comments and stuff, and he replies to your messages. And like he was just fangirling that this DC and Marvel artist was replying to his stuff. So I added Ryan Brown, and I've been in love with his stuff ever since. And he's on the Artist Roundtable tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. I'm really, really happy about that.
He does like digital paints, right? Like digital artwork.
He does traditional medium, and then he enhances it digitally, but he does both just as well. Like some of his stuff you can't discern whether it's digital or paint. Like his paintings that good, it looks digital.
Wow, that's also vice versa. It's a really good, you know, if your work is digital and it looks traditional, then you're a really good digital artist.
Exactly. I've just realized I need to reshare my screen as well because I jumped out of the stream. Your stuff's coming along well here. I like what you've done. I'm just trying not to get all bitter and jealous. I just need to keep on reminding myself that you've been doing this like a million times longer than me.
Yeah, about 4 years before you were born. No, I'm just kidding. No, actually,
stop mentioning it. God.
But no, I think it explains a whole lot how you know so much about the 90s and music and stuff like that is you know, but you and your dad were probably studying for the SATs at the same time, and both had tutorials, both had tutors and stuff at the same time.
Yeah, it's coming along, isn't it, Jimmy? It's getting there.
Yeah.
What would you advise me to do if I was one of your students now and I was inking for one of your comic books, which I wouldn't be? What would you tell me to fix here? Like, what would be your constructive criticism? Go easy. No, I'm joking. Be as harsh as you want.
Well, I think, you know, right now, I mean, you're discovering Clip Studio Paint. If I would, obviously I would know that you're 2 days in Clip Studio Paint and 2 days in this brush kit and everything. Be honest, I would just say keep going what you're doing, because I like to do, I mean, of course I do want to help somebody strengthen their weaknesses, but I also want to offer, you know, constructive criticism, where I believe that when you tell somebody their weaknesses, you also have to tell them what they're doing very well, so that they know that it comes from a loving point. Like when you're with children, before you go and you discipline a child, this child has to be comfortable and know that you love and you care for them, so they know you're doing this out of love, right?
You say to them, like, you shouldn't have done that thing, but I'm telling you this because I love you and I care about you, and I want you to be like the best little human ever. So you've got to trust me and listen to me. That it's kind of in their best interests.
Yeah, because I want to keep you out of prison, son, and I want to keep you off the pole, daughter. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but yeah, you've got to. It's weird, really, because the same rules just apply with adult humans as they do with children. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to.
Yeah.
It's weird how many similarities there are in rearing friendships, relationships, and rearing children as well. Like, you just have to change the tone a little bit and make the words a little bit more complex. It's really not that much difference, I don't think, especially with criticism. Because people are bad at taking criticism generally. Like, people don't like to be told that they're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I would have arched your eyebrows just a little higher, and I think, no, I'm just kidding. I think I would have put a little more.
These are arched. I might draw my eyebrows onto the pink Power Ranger just to give her a little bit more pizzazz.
Did you guys see how defensive she got about her eyebrows? She's like, you can critique my artwork, not my eyebrows.
Yeah, this is art. Makeup is art. Like, it literally is. It's so difficult to do makeup well, because it's, again, like, I'd like to see you, actually, I'd really like to see you do some eyeliner on yourself, see how good you are with inks then when you've got to trace your eye. And not get it in your eye. Have you ever got ink in your eye? Well, you might have actually, but
no,
it hurts. It hurts a lot.
Wait, you're saying from experience you got ink in your eye?
Yeah, from my eyeliner ink.
Oh, eyeliner ink. It's ink? I thought it was like a pencil thing.
It's like, no, it's like liquid. When I say ink, it's like a water-soluble ink. Like, it is safe to get in your eyes, but it stings. And when you blink, your entire eyes go black and you just kind of look like the opposite of Venom. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a character that's got like glossy black eyes, but I can't think. You just look like a bird, to be fair. Your eyes just glaze over with black. It's really scary.
Yeah.
But do a makeup challenge, Jimmy. Go on your YouTube channel, and I'm challenging you. Get your girlfriend's eyeliner out. And think your face. Think it.
My girlfriend's the same age you are. And that's gonna shock people out there, but um,
Yeah, people are gonna be like, "What?"
yeah, like you dirty old man. But I don't know what it is. Like no one my age has ever wanted to date me. They've always been younger than me, so I don't know.
Maybe it's
Kurt,
maturity thing. I don't know. I think.
yeah, I'm a big kid. Oh God, I watch cartoons and I collect comic books and
Yeah, I think you have to go younger if you've got interests like that because it's. I don't want to say it's a juvenile thing because it's not, but it's seen in that realm, and I think I don't know. Women can be just really mean and just be like, "Oh, you read comic books like you're such a kid. Like, grow up." And it's you need somebody who's kind of accepting and of
yes.
that and doesn't see it as a childish thing. I think that's a sign of their immaturity if they feel like that, though. I guess as well.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. My girlfriend, she's really mature. She's you gotta have a good sense of humor with me because I'm always joking around, even when even when it's inappropriate sometimes. Because sometimes I've dated women that would just wanted to be upset. They didn't want to be happy, and they wanted to fight. And instead of fighting, I would just make jokes, and it seemed to get them even more mad. You know?
Yeah, sometimes it can rile people up, especially women if you're just
Yeah.
trying to joke and they're like, "You're not taking me seriously."
But the great thing about Anna is that we call her Anna Havana on my live stream. She joins in, she hops in there and she jokes around with Dave Finch and all the other professionals that we have on. And I don't always just art stream. I have a guest and people on, and she gets in there and she jokes around with us and has fun. And I like that. I like that she's not embarrassed. But you know what I would suggest though? You should do a makeup channel. You know how much money those people make on YouTube? That is the
Too
number.
saturated, too saturated. Don't
Oh,
want to do
isn't it?
it.
Oh no.
No.
They're,
Too many
they're,
people do it, and I know that sounds like, I'm so Indian, like non-mainstream. It's nothing like that, but it's just something I don't want to break into. Like, if I want to make a YouTube channel, I want to educate people, whether it's about comic books or science. Like, and I know you can say makeup's educating people, and it is an art form, and I respect people that do it, but it's just not something that would speak to me personally, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't feel like I was adding to the world in a positive way. I feel like I would just be another face putting makeup on
yeah.
YouTube. And the bar for that is already so high. It's like, why don't I use my intelligence or my brain that I already have in science and do something like that, or do comic book reviews, and then I'm, entertaining people in that way, but they're also learning about new comic art or new comic books and stuff. Do you get me? Am I making sense?
No, I like your answer. It was really impressive. Because yeah, exactly. Why be known for beauty? I mean, why not show off? I mean, you're obviously very intelligent. You're also very talented. You love to entertain, and you got a great sense of humor. So, there's so much more beyond past those beautiful eyebrows. Well crafted, sculpted
You're
eyebrows.
obsessed with my eyebrows, Jimmy. I'm going to get you a t-shirt that says "I love Faye's eyebrows" or something, or just put my eyebrows on a t-shirt and then you can wear it on your live streams. I'm getting there. I'm getting more black ink in here somehow. I'm getting some lines in the jaw and stuff, and gonna get a little bit of shading down here around the mouthpiece. But yeah, it's hard to follow the lines that these guys make. It really is.
Not that I'm crazy about eyebrows. The reason I bring up her eyebrows, when I had her on as a guest on my channel, she had a guy that came in the comments and he was complimenting her eyebrows. It just made me laugh so much.
Yeah, I get a lot of people even mention my accent or my eyebrows is the two thing. A lot of people keep on thinking I'm Irish for some reason.
I do hear a little Scottish in there. Yeah.
What? No.
Yeah.
No. That's like me telling you I can hear a little bit of like Californian in there, a little bit Canadian. It's like, it's completely different. Like, you can tell a Canadian from an American most of the time.
But actually, you're right though. There is a little Californian in my accent. I don't sound very Texan.
Well, no, you don't actually sound Texan at all, to be fair. You don't sound, I don't want to say redneck because I don't want to offend you, but you know what I mean, like really Southern.
I'm surprised you know these terms and words.
Why? Stop patronizing me. I have a TV. I watch The Simpsons where it's like, Brian Dean, we got ourselves some roadkill. Cletus.
You did the accent. What?
Ish. My
Yeah.
American accents. Do you know what? There's a thing going around now on the internet that all British people can do American accents, but no Americans can do British accents, and that's a fact.
Oh wow. Um,
I'm saying that's a fact. Like, there's some actresses that can do it quite well.
uh-huh.
Like, who is it now? Bridget, is it Bridget Jones?
She did
Bridget
okay,
Jones,
I
what's she called?
thought.
Renée Zellweger. I'm pretty sure she's from Texas, and I
Yes.
thought she was British.
Are you serious? Really? She
I
even
thought she
fooled
was British.
an actual I mean, you actually got fooled by her. Wow. That is
Yeah,
pretty,
because
that's a
she
good
always did
accent.
Bridget Jones's diaries and things like that. So I just assumed that she
Yeah.
was British.
Yeah. I bet when people logged on to this stream this today, they had no idea that we were going to be talking about makeup and Bridget Jones' Diary.
I know. But it's nice to change things up. It's nice to have a little bit of a different chat than just comic books. That's why I wanted to do the
Absolutely.
drink and draw. I wanted to know more about the people and
Yeah.
just have a general chat than just be about comic books and art and stuff, because that's more what Saturday is about, the artist round table.
Yeah. I have a daughter, so I always try to, like I know things about like the Sephora, we have that over here. We have Ulta. These are like makeup stores and Urban Decay
Yeah, I
and
watch a lot of
you know,
Jeffree Star, so
Jeffree
I know,
Star. Yeah.
I know a lot about Sephora and Ulta and all those kind of shops that I'll probably never
Yeah.
go to.
Ah, you got to come to the US. You got to come visit the US. It's
If I ever can.
yeah, if they ever open up the border again,
Yeah, I just
um
don't think that's going to happen. I think Trump's just going to be like, you know what? Sack it off. There's no point.
yeah, I think he's going to keep us all trapped in here and be
Keep
martial
it.
law.
What are you going to do under, like, above the mouth? Is that just shadow? From what I can tell from the line work, it seems like it's just shadow above the lip.
Yes. Yeah, he drew what's called the hard shadow, um, where you could go in and like put a bunch of series of lines and make it like a grayscale effect with line work, but he has it fully uh, heavy gradient in there, so that's called the hard shadow. You go solid black with it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to do a gradient. I'm just going to block that in.
Yeah, yeah, and that's actually I think the correct thing that because Dave Finch has a lot of hard shadows in his work. He
Yeah, I
doesn't.
noticed a lot in your work as well. You do a lot of hard shadows, and I really like that.
Oh wow, thank you, thanks. Yeah, I'm a big uh, fan of Dave's work as well. So, and the cool thing is, I mean, he's so open about a lot of his techniques and stuff. So when we talk art, I mean, he's really honest. He shows me right away. He's like, "Hey, this is how I did this," and it's cool. There's no secret technique with Dave. He's very open about it.
Yeah, and it's good for someone to be transparent with the artwork as well, because there's nothing worse than when you find an artist that you really like on Instagram, you'll just comment like, "Hey, what pencils do you use?" And they just won't reply to anyone's comments because they're trying to keep it secret. It's like, I'm not going to be able to be as talented as you because I bought the same freaking pencils off Amazon. Like, just tell me what pencils you use. Why are you so secretive?
Yeah, yeah. It's like I'm not going to be better than Michael Jordan because I wear Air Jordans. Bought his shoes.
Yeah, it's like the Lord of the Rings meme that's like, all right, then keep your secrets. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point? There's no secret to it. Like, I'm not going to take over your skill level just by getting what you get. It's the same with girls. Like, girls won't tell you where they get their outfit from, like what shop they bought it from, because they don't want you to wear it. It's like, well, I'm not just going to instantly have your figure and your followers just because I bought your top from Primark on New Look. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, so don't ask where I got this shirt from because uh,
Definitely Walmart.
because then that would upset all my Instagram followers. They
Target. Was it Target?
not that cheap. Does it look that bad?
Yeah, Target. Maybe Walmart at a push.
What? Oh, how do you know Target? Do you guys have Target over there?
I watch a lot of Shane Dawson.
Oh, okay. Target, Walmart.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think I'd be more of a Hot Topic girl from the sounds of it.
I mean, yeah, Hot Topic. Yeah, you would be actually. You would be a Hot Topic girl because the fact that you referenced Lord of the Rings, I was like, oh my god, wow. I didn't expect that. It was it threw me off
I
for a
like
second.
the meme. Yeah, this blocking shadow's not going well.
Yeah.
I'm trying, but
I think you just went a little over the upper lip on that point, just a little further
yeah.
than what he drew there. So I think backing it out a little bit. Yeah, so it looks great. I think. Yeah, see, you're shaping the lips like you. Obviously, you pay attention to lips, so you're really
Yeah, I
good at
see his
shaping that.
lines there. I think I'd have to. What's the key to go back to your brush?
Well, it depends on how you set a shortcut key, but I set mine to P. So I think that might be
Oh,
default.
P's my pen.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd have to set that up at some point. I'm just gonna have to click all the way through it.
Yeah, you can edit your hotkeys. They call them, or they call them shortcut keys. I forget. I think hotkeys are a different program, but shortcut
Yeah,
keys.
I have them all set up for Photoshop. Like I said, I'm not a Clip Studio Paint kind of person.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm conscious of the time, but I just really want to get something properly down on this because it's so time consuming. It's like so time consuming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Takes like 10 to 12 hours for me to get through a page. It takes a
What?
really long time. Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yeah, we've been on here for an hour and 40, so I'm not surprised that we've only done one helmet. To be
but
fair, I think if you wasn't talking to me, then you probably had done a lot more.
oh, me? If I was, I'm just having fun, I like watching what you've done. It's really neat to see somebody on day two, and watch them. It's like watching that little baby deer or baby giraffe get born and
On these
stand up.
legs. Yeah.
Yeah, by his legs.
I literally feel like the personal embodiment of Bambi's legs right now. Like I'm struggling to stand up,
Yeah,
honestly.
but
And that's not the alcohol, it's just my patience is wearing thin. I don't
so,
know how you had the patience to keep at this.
so the drinks over there have different names. What's that drink called that you're drinking?
Strongbow?
What? Strong bum?
Strongbow, like an archer's bow.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like firm, glutes or something like strong
No,
bum,
it gives you that the day after, but no, it's called Strongbow.
strong bow. Oh, okay.
Do you not
Yeah.
have that over there?
I've never heard of it.
It's
But
just
then,
cider.
oh, is it mixed with anything else or just
It's
cider?
this is dark fruit, so this is cider mixed with like blackberries and blueberries.
Oh, that explains the color. Oh.
Yeah, we just call it cider and black though mainly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, also I'm not a drinker, so there might be. I mean, people might comment and say, you know, that it is here in the U.S., but
It's probably not. I think it's very much a British thing, like Bulmers and Strongbow, I think are both British exports. We don't do lager, but we do a lot of ciders.
mm. Do you guys? I'm really curious about this.
Oh,
Kind
there
of
was a
going.
commercial. Sorry, go on.
I'm curious about this. The one thing um, that I've always kind of wondered about, because in the U.S. we make fun of the Brits cooking over there. So do you guys really do cucumbers inside of sandwiches?
Do we really have cucumbers inside of sandwiches?
Yes. You said that's so nice, so elegant.
Of course we do. What else would you put them in?
You really do cucumber in
Yeah,
a
we have
sandwich?
cucumber mayonnaise sandwiches, or we put them in wraps, like chop up cucumber. I don't really know what else cucumber would go in apart from a sandwich or a wrap.
Oh man, I'm in Texas, so what we do is we cut up cucumbers, then we spice them with lime juice, and then we put this chili powder that we have that's from Mexico, and we put them in there, and oh, it's so good.
Oh, that sounds amazing, though, to be fair. Joe's pulled up a Strongbow hard cider TV commercial with Patrick Stewart. Let's go. Let's play it. Can we play it?
I mean, if you're monetized, you'll get demonetized. I don't know, maybe it's
Oh,
copyright.
they were off the YouTube stream anyway. It's free advertising. Why would they take that from us?
Yeah, who knows? It's hilarious. I think. Did you click share audio or right when you open that window?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think the audio is coming through, but there's Patrick Stewart in all of his glory.
Is he British as well?
Yeah, I think he is. Is he? Yeah, I think he is British. I'm not sure. Is he British? Yeah, I know that he's gay, but I don't know if he's British. Let me Google it.
Oh, I didn't know he was gay either. Wow.
Yeah, he's English. Him and he was the other guy in X-Men. It was him and was it Ian McKellen?
Oh, I don't know. I mean the other.
He played Magneto. Yeah, it was Ian McKellen.
Oh, even yeah, and Lord of the Rings and.
I'm gonna have to jump back out and come back in again because I'm lagging. Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, no problem at all. We just took a little commercial break, and now we get to stare at my cover, and you guys get to stare at me. I guess I'll do some inking, guys, while we're waiting for the lovely Faye to come back in here and join us. Let's take a look at.
Hello, I'm back. So I'm still
Awesome.
lagging a bit. I don't know what's going on. I just give up at this point.
You know, it could just be the area. You know what's funny is that I've streamed on shows with Australians, and the first thing they'll tell me is that the internet in their area is really bad in the entire country. They're like, the internet in the entire country is really bad. And
yeah, the internet's not great here just because of quarantine, and it's been raining today as well. So I think sometimes, and it's been really, really windy as well. So I think maybe a power line's gone down or something.
oh, wow. So are you guys in winter right now? Because you're in the other part of the
No,
world.
we're in the same hemisphere as you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Come
wow.
on, Jimmy. I shouldn't be
Yeah.
teaching you these things.
And I'm the one that's not drinking the strongbow.
I know. Yeah, we're both in the northern hemisphere.
Mm.
So we're same seasons. So it's summer, well, it's spring right now, going into summer.
So strong winds right now. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, it was really weird why it was windy today. I don't know why it was so windy today, but I was glad of it because it was freezing outside, which I needed.
oh wow, yeah. Here in Texas right now, it's gray sky, and it looks like it's going to rain, which is unusual for Texas.
Yeah, it's going to rain here as well, which I'm glad about because I hate the sun. It's been sweltering because when it gets hot in Britain, it gets like sticky, like close, like really clammy. It doesn't get like a nice kind of hot that you get in maybe America, Spain, Italy. Like we just get 95% humidity and we can't breathe properly. Have you ever left like your oven on and not put the extractor fan on? And the entire kitchen is just filled with the oven heat. It's literally like that.
Yes, I've done
It's
that.
not a nice kind of heat whatsoever.
It's like a sauna. Do you guys call them saunas over there?
Yeah.
So with humidity, so that just means you can't sweat. Like your body doesn't feel like it cools down in that heat.
Yeah, your arms and your chest just go like really sticky and have like moisture on them from the trapped kind of moisture in the air. So you don't really cool down properly because your skin's still warm and the air around you is warm, so you don't cool down from it.
Wow.
It's horrible.
Here in
That's
Texas.
That's why I resent Americans that are like, oh, it's only like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, or we have like 80 degrees, 90 degrees, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Like that's rookie numbers. And I'm like, you don't understand the type of heat over here. It is insane.
Yeah, when it's humidity like that, like the dry heat, yeah, your body can't really, it gets sticky and can't cool down.
Yeah, but I'd really love to go to Texas just for the food, just for some like we have a restaurant over here called Red True Barbecue, and they have like sauces from all over America. So they have like a Texas ranch sauce, and then they have a Kansas barbecue sauce, and it's based off basically these guys went on a road trip around America and they got all of the recipes and stuff from all these different places and made a restaurant in the UK, and the food is amazing. I had a donut burger there once. You absolute pigs. A donut burger.
Well, Texas will get you fat.
Oh, it's disgusting. No, it was nice, but I felt like so unwell after it. I had like mac and cheese and a corn dog, and then what's that bread called?
Garlic bread.
Cornbread. It might be cornbread that I had.
You guys don't have cornbread over there? Like that's
no.
That's an exotic. Wow.
I have no idea what it was. I was like, yeah, I'll have the cornbread, and then I had what was it called? Grilled bits. No, what are they called?
It's
like grilled vegetables. Grits.
Not
grits.
Grits is like grits is kind of like a potted. I mean, like porridge kind of grits.
I swear I had mac and grits.
You probably did because that is considered like one of the barbecue kind of urban food.
Oh, I can't remember what the mixed vegetable thing was called. That had like another American name to it, but I really can't for the life of remember. And then I had a root beer float, which I think it was ice cream in root beer. And then I had a chaser, which is where you have a beer and then you have a shot after it. And you guys are insane.
I have never realized how fat Americans.
Yeah, and then I had Texas brisket as well. I had brisket I had brisket on top of the
Yeah.
chicken, and I had it with apple cider sauce or apple sauce.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. But the thing too is like whenever like my brother lives in Australia and they have a Mexican restaurant over there and we have a lot of Mexican food here. But over there he says it's gotta because the ingredients and the environment over there that they use, it changes the flavor of everything. So
Mhm.
if you come to Texas, you're really, really gonna love the barbecues. There's so much food here in Texas. Oh, trust me, you're gonna put on weight.
Pulled
Like,
pork burgers, oh, they are the one. I love pulled pork.
yeah, that's one of our big ones here in Texas. We have a really big place here, and they're really known for that.
Yeah.
There's
And then you come to Britain and you get bangers and mash. Do you know what that is?
a banger and mash. Is that like a burger and fries
No,
or
bangers and mash
chips?
is sausage and mashed potato.
Mash is the like mashed potatoes, and bangers are like the meat.
No, bangers and mash is like sausages. Like we have a mountain of mashed potato with loads of butter and cream, and then we just stick sausages in it.
What kind of sausage? Do you know?
Like Cumberland sausages, like pork. I don't know, they're just like pork sausages.
Oh wow,
Not like
wow.
hot dogs or anything like that, like proper link sausages, and we just kind of shove
Mhm.
them into the mash.
You just
Literally, and then pour gravy over them.
yeah. Oh my god.
It's
It's
so nice.
but no, I mean the crazy thing is that I would eat it because
We have toad in the hole as well. Do you know what toad in the hole is?
oh my god, no, what's toad in the hoe?
Do you know what Yorkshire puddings are?
Yes.
So it's basically, again, a sausage in a Yorkshire pudding with gravy over it, and we call that a toad in the hole for some reason.
Ah, okay.
Really, you have it with your Sunday dinner, so you'll have like your roast and stuff, and then you'll have your toad in the hole with mashed potato and parsnips and whatever cranberry sauce.
I like that you said roast. That sounds really good too.
Do you not have Sunday dinners?
I have dinner every night here. That's how spoiled we are. That's why we're fat.
No, I mean, but do you not have like a Sunday dinner? Like a Sunday dinner is like a full set meal that you have on a Sunday.
You know,
Like a carvery.
no, I don't think we're all that proper, but we do have a lot of food. Like I think every day is a Sunday dinner for Americans. We'll chase down that, toad in a hole with like a root beer float or something. It's like we pig out here. We eat a lot.
I know, that is insane. Like Sunday dinner for British people is like when you're hungover from a Saturday night and you absolutely need like carbs and protein. So you'll go to a carvery, like we have something called a Toby Carvery, and we go there and it's like a buffet, and you walk along and you'll pick your meat. So you have turkey, ham or beef, and you'll pick and they'll slice it for you and they put it on your plate, and then you choose whether you want gravy or cranberry sauce or whatever. And then you go over to your vegetables and you pick whether you want parsnips, carrots, or you can have broccoli, you can have all these things. And yeah, that's pretty much. And then you can pick if you want like extras like sausages and tomatoes and things, and we mashed potato or roast potatoes. Mashed potato or roast potatoes is a big debate. Yeah, and then you put it all on your plate. You pay like £8, which is like $12, and you have a mountain of food, and you eat it.
That's pretty cheap for all that food.
Yeah, it's so cheap. It's really cheap. It's like the best hangover cure ever as well. You just kind of like sweat it all out because of the meat and the carbs.
Wow. I mean, I always thought the best cure for a hangover is another drink.
Yeah, hair of the dog.
You know that phrase too? Wow.
Yeah, just keep drinking. Hair of the dog, yeah.
Yeah. But here in Texas, we have a lot of meat because we're not exactly like farmers. We farm cattle in Texas, and there's a lot of that here. So you get
Do you
tons.
hunt?
Do we what?
Do you hunt?
I have been on hunting, but I don't really like hunt, not actively like all the time.
Yeah. See, that's strange because like in Britain, we just don't do that, but we don't really have any animals to hunt. The only thing that we still have is fox hunting, but you only kind of really do that if you're a tourist. Like it's not a popular thing. You kind of only do that if you're really posh. And shooting game and pheasants and stuff, like pigeon shooting. There's a lot of that in Britain.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, you do have a lot of like farmland, a lot of open areas in countrysides, right?
Yeah, we have lots of it.
Wow. Yeah, that's kind of like America. You know, we have the same thing here, but in Texas is so country. It's so widespread. We're not very urban. We have a lot of open space, a lot of space between neighbors.
Mhm.
So it and we're used to our space. And when the Corona thing happened, we were all of most Texans. You know, we got so much space and so much room. We're like, do we really even need to, social distancing? But because there's a lot of space between us and our neighbors. You know.
Yeah, a lot of people quite far apart, I guess. Marius has asked, Jimmy, I don't know if this has already been asked before during the stream, but do you still do your inks traditionally? If so, then how often and for which projects?
I don't do any traditional inks professionally anymore. I will just do traditional inks when somebody wants a commission. So people have sent me like Dave Finch commissions. They send them to me. I ink it traditionally and I send it back out. Um, so things like that, but not even for myself. I don't even do them just to have fun with anymore because I really want to. I still feel like there's a lot more that I can do digitally, and I want to push myself going even further.
Yeah,
Digital.
that's a fair comment. So we are getting to the 2-hour mark now, and I feel sorry for Joe because he's in the background doing all this editing. And I feel sorry for you because you need to get on with the rest of your business day and you're busy with your comic and stuff like that. And then I'm going on a quiz with my friends. So yeah, should we have a look at what we've done? I mean, yours looks incredible. I love it. It's amazing as always. Clean, crisp, perfect. We're gonna have to go over to my mess. Let me zoom out because everything looks better further away. I mean, do you know what? For my first try, I'm not gonna moan about that.
I would be proud of that. For day 2, I would brag about it. It's pretty good.
I don't think that is too bad, to be fair. Like, I know I've drawn a nipple on the head, which I've just realized, so I'm just going to erase the nipple head. But
I didn't even notice it until you pointed it out. Okay,
I just looked at it and I was like, that looks like a boob, so I'm going to get rid of that. But yeah, apart from that, I think if I had like another hour on this, I could maybe salvage it. And I think if it had colours on it, I might be mistaken for David Finch. I'm only joking. No, it had colours on it. I think it would look a lot better. But yeah, I'm happy with mine. Are you happy with yours?
Not after looking at yours. Yours is so much better.
I have shown you up a bit here, Jimmy.
Yes, definitely.
It's a bit embarrassing. It's a bit embarrassing for you that day 2 completely outdone you.
I mean, you're really off to a good start. You really are. So I can just imagine if you stick with this guy, it's gonna be good.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate you taking your time out to help me as well and send over your Gumroad links for your brushes and your tutorials and stuff. I highly recommend people check Jimmy out on Gumroad. Go follow him on Instagram and like his Facebook page because he's releasing a comic book. When are you releasing that?
As soon as I finish it.
Which is
hopefully realistically it can take anywhere, because you have to deal with printers, colorists, everyone. Could take up to 10 months. I'm pretty quick. I can finish this comic, pencil and inking. I can do it in 2 months, but then the colorist's got to take his time, the letterer. So
July, maybe check back, but follow his stuff anyway. Follow him on Instagram. He's got a YouTube channel, which I'm pretty sure is Jimmy Reyes Art as well.
Yes, it's unified all the way across all my social media. It's just Jimmy Reyes Art. You can find me on everything.
He's got it thought out. So yeah, go check him out on there. Obviously, as you can see from the stream, super nice guy, super willing to help people. He's got tutorials on his Gumroad as well. All the brushes that we've used today, like the Crow inks, the Crow Quill inks. He's got these loads of other brushes on there that are super, super important for the later stages of inking, like some of the dry brushes for background detailing, things like that. They're all on there for you to purchase. Have you got anything else on there that you want to plug as well?
Mostly the YouTube thing. People can, if they're interested and want to learn, they can actually peek in on me. They can be voyeurs and just peek into my life. I actually do a webcam and I open up like this, and people can actually watch me as I work on actual work pages. So
yeah.
It's kind of neat now.
See the process behind it, which is good. Instead of just seeing like a sped up 5-minute video of somebody doing it, you don't know what they click and you don't know what they press. Jimmy takes you through step by step. So I just want to thank you for coming on the stream, and I want to thank the guys at home watching in quarantine who have left comments and signed in. I appreciate every single one of you that comes and asks questions because it makes it so worth it. And yeah, hopefully I'll speak to you soon, Jimmy, and best of luck with all your endeavors. I'll be keeping an eye on it. I'll be getting your comic book. I'll maybe even do a review on it as well. But yeah, thanks again for being here. You're such a kind spirit, and thank you for, you know, pulling me through this, I'm going to say.
Well, maybe you'll be doing some work in the comic. We never know, right?
Yeah, watch this space. Give me 25 years. Watch you back.
Also, to answer one of the questions that came in late in your comments, Marius wants to know if you were working in Clip Studio or were you working in Photoshop today?
Oh yeah, we were working in Clip Studio Paint. So yeah, you get a 30-day free trial when you download that. You get the full lot, you get everything. But you can get really cheap plans on there as well. Like, by the way, this isn't sponsored by Clip Studio Paint, just to put that out there. But yeah, you can get different plans on there to suit your needs and stuff. So I definitely check it out and give it a try if you don't use it. It's a lot simpler than Photoshop, I feel, once you get used to it. There's a lot of tools. It's like a mid-ground between Photoshop and Illustrator, I think. It's not as hard to use as Illustrator, but it's not as easy as Photoshop. But yeah. Oh, here's your page. Here's your YouTube page.
Oh yeah, there's my Dragon Rage cover that I'm working on.
Amazing work, and you get to go see that for free. Like, a lot of people would charge good money for that.
Yeah, look at my cool lighting whenever I can get that expensive camera to work.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, I think we did well today. We had some technical difficulties, some lag. But yeah, again, appreciate everybody that tuned in and joined. I'm going to sign us out now. Jimmy, have you got any final sentiments?
Nice. Thank you to you and your team and everyone. You know, you guys, it's great being on here with you guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much. I'm lagging again, so I'm definitely going to jump out here. So I'm ending the broadcast now. Thanks so much, Jimmy. Hope to catch up with you soon. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you next time.
So it turns into my show now. Wow.